Welcome back to the Metaphysics series. In this series, you and I explore some visuals that I've been given by beings looking like this. And I do really encourage you to look at the whole series from the beginning to understand as much as possible in this very video. In this video, we are going to speak about starseeds. What is a starseed? Well, typically in the spiritual community, when we speak about starseeds, we are referring to the idea that a soul is born on another planet, in another solar system, or even galaxy. And that soul might have lived many lifetimes at one particular planet or all across the galaxy. And then that soul chose to come here to help humanity and Earth with the ascension. With humanity starting to vibrating faster, getting lighter, and maybe even shifting into a higher dimension. But if we're gonna follow the core ASHUA teachings and go back to what we learned in the first video, that perspective is not correct. Let's go back to the core teachings of ASHUA. We had God. God can express itself in multiple ways. And these expressions of God is what we call souls. And if we choose one soul, dive into that soul, we see that that very soul can choose to express itself in multiple ways. And for every way the soul chooses to express itself, it gets its own life. Every orb here represents an expression of this very soul, and that expression gets a life. Alright? And all of them exist at the same time. We might not perceive them happening at the same time, but if God, as we said in the first video, is all that is, then this is all that is. It might be expanding, but when we look at a soul, all the various expressions of a soul exists. We have parallel lifetimes. Not one lifetime after one lifetime after one lifetime. Because we typically think that one soul lives one lifetime at one planet, then comes to Earth. The life that a soul perceives itself to have had or are having somewhere else exists. So why is it that so many people believe that starseeds are someone from another planet? Well, it certainly has to do with our perception of time. We do perceive it linearly, but then again, why is it that we perceive ourselves to come from there? I would say it like this. If I, right now, were to play a video game, and I got to create as many characters I wanted, as many lives and lifetimes I wanted, they would still be made by me. So there would be similarities between them. When we feel that we've been somewhere else, or we're from somewhere else, or we feel connection to somewhere else, I do believe that that is because our frequency is resonating with that frequency. We can actually explain this a little bit with science, with a phenomena called quantum entanglement. Quantum entanglement says that if we have one particle or two particles that spend very much time together so that they start to feel like the same, we're gonna say now, if this one or two tangled particles were separated, we were to keep one in Sweden and send one to Africa, South Africa, we know by science that if we were to stimulate the particle in South Africa the particle in Sweden would react at the exact same time. So when we are having a trauma that is a vibrational match to a trauma in a parallel life, we get in a resonance, and I work with parallel lifetime healing, and that is what I see. It's like a symptom in this life becomes a portal to another lifetime. It's your shoulder might be quantum entangled to a shoulder in a parallel existence where you are struggling, and by helping you shifting timeline in that existence, we help you shift timeline in this life as well. It's super cool, and I do love that so much. But okay, so to me, a starseed is a person that has expanded their awareness and started to feel into itself a little bit more and gets in contact with the idea of lives on other planets and feels a belonging to the descriptions, it feels like there's a memory of the traumas, of the characteristics. You feel that you have the same characteristics, or you feel that you have talents that is similar to the beings there. What actually happens is that what is common in the Pleiades, the blueprint of Pleiades, the frequency of Pleiades, is somewhat similar to you. And on some level, you are quantum entangled. You vibrate the same. So you perceive yourself to belong there because somewhere in the multiverse, a different expression of your soul is having an experience there. And you can feel the resonance. Therefore, it feels like home to you. I actually sometimes say that just as a human can grow as a person in this lifetime, a soul grows through all of its lifetimes. And we carry trauma, blessings, and frequencies with us. Now, if a person with a linear way of thinking hears that person will automatically think that this happens life after life after life. And to me, that's okay. The most important thing is to understand that we actually are connected. Where I draw the line is that I don't like to say that someone is from there, because to me, all souls are from source. And your physical body, well, it's from Earth. If you're from there, then I want you to be born there and traveled here in a spaceship. So the thing with saying that we carry traumas and experiences and blessings and skills from other lifetimes is not literally correct. But if we just think of carrying as being in the same frequency, see, it becomes much easier to go from one-dimensional thinking to a higher dimensional thinking, to look at time linearly and step up here if you have gotten that explanation first. It's very hard for a lot of people to just, bam, here's it, you live inside your soul and it's parallel timelines and like you live many lifetimes. And do you know that if you vibrate in the same frequency, it feels like you have lived many lives there? Like, to me, this is obvious. Like, this is my truth today. It might shift. You know, in 10 years, I might be looking at this and like leveled up so much and I will be like, did I think that was good? Who knows? But today, that's how I explain the phenomena of starseeds. It's that we can feel that parts of us are vibrating in the same frequency. We feel a resonance. And I do want to say that I still think that starseed readings are amazing. But what I believe starseed readings to be good for is not to say you're from there, you're super cool because you're from there. Because no, you're not from there, you're from freaking source, which is the coolest place to be from, because that means that you can create your own reality. But I do believe starseed readings to be incredibly beautiful, because to me, when I do starseed readings speaking about another race of existence, they become the perfect mirror to us. You know how hard it can be to look yourself in the mirror, see your own flaws sometimes, and sometimes it's hard to see your own blessings and the beautiful aspects of you. But when we see it in someone else, it's so much easier. So I love to do starseed readings because we can so clearly see our potential I just love it. But again, you're from Source. Your soul is from Source if you're asking me. But you carry similarities.